Thank you for joining me in this the week 2 training update from my 249 marathon project, where I'm training for a sub 250 finish in December 2024 in the Valencia Marathon. It's been a really good week as far as the training goes. There was a little bump here and there, but overall I'd have to say that was a really successful week. In this video, I'll go through every day of the week and discuss how the training sessions went, strength and conditioning, my sleep, and my nutrition data, and any other odds and ends that you might find interesting. If you're enjoying this content here, I would really appreciate it if you hit the subscribe button there. It helps me out a lot. It gets the 249 project in front of more people, and it holds me accountable to more people and increasing my chances of being successful with it. So you won't get any spam email. You don't get charged any money. It doesn't cost anything. It just helps me out a wee bit, and I'd really appreciate it. Monday was a rest day, and although it was a rest day, I still did do my 20-minute body weight routine in the morning. It's such a low impact routine that I don't believe it has any negative effect on the adaptation process that we're trying to get from our rest day. Okay, so very little impact there. When it comes to nutrition, I had a really good day. It was 1,900 calories, of which I had 152 grams of protein, and I drank 3.25 liters of water. As far as sleep goes, I slept 6.5 hours, 6 hours, 36 minutes. Overall, a very successful day for getting what I wanted to get out of a rest day. Okay, on to Tuesday. Tuesday was probably the hardest session so far. We're early in this plan, so it's not going to be the hardest throughout, but it was 8 by 1K reps. I had a 1.5K warm-up, and it turned out to be about a 3K cool-down jog back to the house. I wore my Hoka Rocket X2s, which are a fantastic shoe. More a racer than a training shoe, but it worked out perfectly on the day. I managed to hit all my targets on the reps. I wanted to get just under 4 minutes per K, and I managed that. Like I said in previous videos, at this point in the base phase of the plan, I'm looking to run my hard efforts at marathon pace. Eventually, as I get through the plan, that will be a much easier pace, but that was the goal for this one. As far as nutrition goes, I had, again, 1,900 calories, 168 grams from protein. I drank almost a little over 3 liters of water. And as far as sleep goes, I had 6 hours, just over 6 hours, 6 hours, 5 minutes or thereabouts. And as far as strength and conditioning goes, I got my 20-minute body weight workout, and I also did a 20-minute yoga for runners routine. So all told, it was a really good day. So Wednesday was a 10K easy. That's 6 miles. I wore my Nike Revolution 6 trainers, good everyday non-plated trainer. I like them for the easy stuff. My overall easy pace for the day was 5:27, and again, that's running by feel. I can run a 3-4 breathing pattern or a 4-4 breathing pattern, and so that's how I judge how I'm running by feel. Easy is 3-4, 4-4. I consumed 2,100 calories in the day, slightly more than what my target was, but I did eat pretty well disciplined, 166 grams of protein, and I slept just over 7 hours, 7 hours and 6 minutes. Thursday was my second easy pace run in a row. This was a 16K or a 10 miler. I wore Saucony Endorphin Shift 2s, and this is a good example of running by feel. So yesterday, or on Wednesday, my easy pace was 5:27. I was maintaining a 3-4 or a 4-4 breathing pattern. On Thursday, the easy pace was 5:02, a good bit faster than what easy pace was the previous day. So it's a really good example of running by feel and the importance of running by feel, because some days you have a certain pace, some days you don't. So it's all about the level of exertion as opposed to hitting specific paces, especially on your easy runs. On Thursday, I also traveled to Valencia to do a bit of recce, and I have to say I wasn't disciplined with my eating, and that was a bit of a disappointment. To accomplish what I'm trying to achieve here, I'm going to need, I don't have the luxury of having bad days eating-wise, especially trying to drop so much weight in such a relatively short period of time. I know I can do it. I've done it before, but I can't afford to have bad days. Unfortunately, Thursday, being on the road, I ate out a couple of times. I ended up consuming 2,800 calories in the day, 167 grams of protein. The protein level was good. The fat level was way too high, and therefore it wasn't a particularly great day, especially considering my Friday weigh-in was the following morning. So not a brilliant move on my part. I'll take that lesson and move forward with it. I slept just over 6 hours and 40 minutes on Thursday. So it was a otherwise good day, with the exception of my nutrition. Friday was 5K easy. Friday is our social run. We meet with friends and we do a nice easy 5K around the Laguna here in Salinas. It's an off-road course, lovely spot. My nutrition on Friday wasn't particularly great. It wasn't good at all. As a matter of fact, I only consumed 1,300 calories. Now, that was certainly not to try to make up from the day before. It just so happens that I do a lot of my work on a Friday, putting out the training video for the following week. I'm learning the whole video editing and video production stuff here. So as I go, it's pretty slow process for me. Therefore, I was at my desk most of the day. I didn't get a lot of the food that I should have eaten, but so it wasn't great. I had 97 grams of protein for just over 1,300 calories. I did sleep, however, pretty well at 6 hours, 53 minutes, just under 7 hours. So if I can get 7 hours of sleep a night, that's pretty spot on. There or thereabouts. Saturday was 5K at a hard effort. I did 1.5K warm up, and it turned out to be about a 3K cool down. I wore my Nike Alphafly 1s. These are actually my race shoes that I'll wear in Valencia. I've only got one marathon in them at the minute, so there's plenty of miles left on them. I said going in that if I could run 1940, I'd be happy. I ended up running 1942, so happy days there. As far as nutrition goes, I had 1,900 calories and 182 grams of protein, so plenty of good protein there. And it was my first good day of eating in the previous 3 days, so that was good going. As far as sleep goes, I didn't have an awful lot of sleep. It was 5 hours and 40 minutes, so sleep-wise, not particularly great, but not the end of the world either. Sunday's long, slow distance run. Brilliant day, very nice, comfortable day, a bit of a breeze, bit of a strong wind towards the end, but still nice day. 27K, 16 miles, almost 17 miles at the end of the day. I wore my Nike Zoom Tempo Next Percents, one of my favorite training shoes. Can't get them anymore, so I'm thankful that I still have a pair. I did my third yoga session of the week, and so I was very pleased with that. I don't do my bodyweight routine on Saturdays and Sundays, so it's actually quite good to get the yoga routines done on a Saturday and Sunday. I consumed just under 1,900 calories, and I had 162 grams of protein, so bang on, perfect. So I was really pleased with that, and I had just over 7 hours, almost 7 hours, 10 minutes of sleep. So as far as total volume of running goes, I had 83 kilometers or 51, just over 51 miles. It's still at the low side as far as this training block goes and as far as weekly volume goes. I do encourage you to read the blog article, which I'll put a link to in the description. I go through a lot more detail in that as far as the metrics and the daily breakdown on nutrition and sleep. But we'll start with body weight. I was up 2 pounds, back up 2 pounds, I should say, almost to where I started. Not great. That'll come down. I'm already down. You know, when I consume 2,800 calories, that's not putting on 2 pounds of body weight. It's just a false reading on the scale. It's not real weight. It's going to come off quickly. It's just, I can't afford to have days like that if I want to do what I want to do. Achieve dropping 25 pounds in 4 months. That's a lot of weight, especially for somebody who's starting at 160 pounds. Like, I'm not a big man to start with. Dropping that much weight isn't going to be particularly easy. I need to do better. Another metric that I really like following closely is my resting heart rate. At the minute, it's sitting at 40 this week, which is where I want to be come race week. So I'm not entirely sure that that's accurate. It's ranged from 39 to somewhere around 42 this week. So average-wise, it's probably not far off. But I don't feel like I'm in that particular shape yet. But who knows? I'll keep tracking it. It's not going to go much lower than that. As far as weekly volume goes, I was up 28.5 kilometers this week, which is almost 18 miles over the previous week. I'm still at the low side of the volume that I'll get to in this training block, but at the minute, not too bad. And just to wrap it up, that's the 249 Marathon Project Week 2 training update. And I'll put the links to the relevant information that I discussed in the description below. So have a great week, and I'll chat to you on Friday.